Hello, hello. I'm Steve Reinharz, CEO of Artificial Intelligence Technology Solutions. This is your weekly update on August the 6th, 2022. So first thing, real quick, last week's weekly video was short. I found it was like a little low energy. I don't know. I didn't have a lot of detail in it. And I thought that really the community would be like, "Hey, Steve, man, what's going on?" Well, turns out a couple days later, tested positive for COVID. Didn't just test positive for COVID, like kind of had COVID, and worked about 50% on Monday, about 10% on Tuesday, and 50% on Wednesday, and then was basically back Thursday and Friday full steam, catching up. And today, little congestion, feel great, still tested positive. But anyway, was I the last one on earth to get COVID? I don't know, sometimes it feels like it. Maybe thought I had it earlier, who knows? Definitely had it this week. Anyway, but what you'll notice now is I'm back. I'm back normal. Looks like I'm feeling good. And maybe better than ever because we've upgraded. We've upgraded. I can't let Frugal have all the fun with all of his videos and stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to have a little bit more dynamic presentation going forward, and our production quality will continue to improve. Important for audience engagement and getting the point across. Now, what you'll see here is you'll see, my agenda for today, right? So it's easier for me to show the agenda. We already covered our hello, shared with you on COVID. And the next point here is, so this is kind of what we're going to go through today. But the next point is when the Q comes out, when the Q2Q comes out, I'd like our, hardcore, guys who follow us to say, "Steve, on August 6th, you asked us to remind you on something that you couldn't disclose during the quarter. Can you disclose it now?" And I will, okay? So I just want to say, put a pin in it, put a pin in today. I'm going to share something after Q2 is released along those lines. Now, the next thing is our employee stock option plan. Filed it last year, and we're on track to get award letters out to team members this month. And it's a program that is really, reflective of who are on our team in terms of who we've wanted to recruit. And we've wanted to recruit, and we've been successful in recruiting team members that want to be with us for the long term. And as such, none of these benefits vest for 4 years. Okay, it's important that I share that with the investor community. Retail investors are not going to compete with RAD team members for at least 4 years of trading. Now, if we do uplist to NASDAQ, some of those benefits may vest, so there are some caveats to that. But in general, the intent is that team members have to be with us during the award process, which starts this month, through the full vesting period, which is going to be 4 years. So what we're really trying to do is make sure that our team gets rewarded for putting in all the hours and making this happen. Probably I will also add potentially doubling our employee stock option program out of my equity as well, because the team is so important. You hear me say it, and you see my actions on it. So important, I think, for retail to know how the team is motivated, how the team is motivated long term. And I think that kind of fits in with some of the plans that I've shared in terms of, how long it might take to reach profitability and debt cleanup and NASDAQ. Everything is variable, of course, but we have a plan. We're proceeding on the plan, and the team members are one of the primary driving forces of the plan. So I want to share that. Now, we said maybe a couple months ago, I think it was a couple months ago, we drafted a press release that we sent to our largest client. And we said, hey guys, can you bless this? Can we go public already? Like, come on. And there was a lot of travel, flurry of activity, and time went by fast. Friday, yesterday, one of our leaders on our team had a call with one of their leaders, and we got some feedback on the press release. All good stuff. We modified the press release. We sent it back to them earlier this morning, and we'll see how quickly the process takes from there. But it's happened, so it is going to be a yes. It's just how quickly, of course, when you're dealing with these large companies. So that's positive. But in the meantime, that client who we adore, who really helped shape this company, may have slipped into second place in terms of total deployed and contracted units. Just saying, you got to keep ordering, keep growing to maintain that number one position. So probably we'll have some information on that on Monday. We'll have to wait and see, right? No promises. You know me. Until it's out, there's always a chance that it won't be out. So maybe slipped into second place, right? Now, we're gearing up for GSX. GSX is a security trade show. It's generally the second largest in the country, following ISC West, which is every year in March in Vegas. This GSX show, it floats around the country. This year, it's in Atlanta. And we're taking out a 10 by 30 size booth, similar to what we did at ISC, but we're going to show Rio. So there will be a reveal of the booth, of course, to our beloved retail. If only you guys knew. If only you knew. And some, for sure you know some, and you know more after second quarter. But in any case, we'll do that reveal probably leading up to the show, maybe a week before or 2 weeks before the show, maybe end of August, we'll see. Anyway, look forward to that because that will also be the Rio reveal at the same time. So that's coming up. We're setting up meetings and having all kinds of fun. It's going to be another big, great show for us and super busy. So I'm gearing up for the madness that is. Bailey's Gift is going well. We, last Friday announced that we had some awards going out, and there's more awards that are going to go out this week. The awardees are pretty excited. We've got to have them finish signing the paperwork. So that's the next step right now. They got to sign the paperwork. Anyway, it's all good. But I love that program. And the messages that we've been getting from the schools themselves are really amazing, heartfelt, touching messages. We'll probably put together some type of collage of those messages and share them with you because it's really good work that we're doing. And of course, retail is a part of it. You're a big part of it. You guys are doing something, which is better than the nothing that is happening in general for the bulk of school security. Sure, lots of press releases, lots of this and press announcements. But how much of it is really actionable and useful? Our stuff is. Bailey's Lift is leading the way. QB. I was surprised on Thursday evening when the QB certification was published. And I'll give you guys, now that it's out, I can share with you what happened and what usually happens and what our securities attorney told us. So we got through that certification process. And I want to be very, very clear. The certification process is the process of getting that certification letter or that document to a point where OTCQB accepts it for final analysis. Okay, that's kind of the process. And in that process, they make it public, which I didn't know, but it's no big deal. So, first of all, I didn't write, but I did maybe 20% of that document. Our outside accountant did about, 60, and then our CFO did about 20. And there's contributions in there from the TA and so forth. So anyway, it's kind of a comprehensive document, and it's a fraction of what was submitted. So there were a bunch of other documents and backup that they required, including the NOBO list, which was super fun to get. Looking up who owns what. That was really fun. But in any case, I said to our security attorney, I'm like, hey man, he asked me, he's like, where are you at on QB? And I said, well, this was on Thursday. I said, well, they've accepted the QB form. And he's like, what? He's like, how long? You haven't been at it that long. I was like, yeah, it's been 7 or 8 weeks, which for me is like 7 or 8 weeks too long. And he's like, no way, man. He's like, send me the form. So I sent him the form, and he's like, wow. His response back to us, you are ahead of 90% of every other company. And I was like, dude, we're ahead of 90% of every other company in every category, so why wouldn't we be on the QB? So anyway, that was kind of fun and exciting that we're at that point. Now, there's no guarantees. And like I said in my tweet, we could either be approved a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I don't know. We could be denied. I don't know. They could request more information. We can continue the dance. I don't know. So I just want to let you know, we got through a big step. We got through it in record time. And I think all those are good signs. That's how I'm going to interpret it. But again, anything can happen. But it'll be fun, remember, the QB uplist was driven by retail. You guys wanted it. I'm still saying the jury's out. Is it going to bring more volume? I don't know. But we're going to do it. We're doing it for you, and that's why I'm so focused on giving you guys the play-by-play, because I know it's important to you. RADSoC. RADSoC is the name of our kind of umbrella software that users use. So everything connects to RADSoC. RADSoC is the cloud-driven software that runs everything. And because our software teams are so freaking amazing, the RADSoC master plan is proceeding a little bit ahead of schedule, which is nice. So trying to think on timing for sharing what that means, but I wanted to give everyone a heads up that that's moving forward, and that's really nice. I'll provide more color. I'm listening to myself as I say this, and I'm like, what are you really saying? I'm like, not saying much other than look at, pay attention for RADSoC master plan coming out. Last thing on today's list is surprise, right? Now, last week, in my early COVID haze, I don't know, I guess I was hazy, who knows, right? The video looked like crap, but I recorded something else, and I got a first draft of it back last night, and I'm noodling on it, and people think I should release it, so I probably will. So it's different. It's designed to continue to do what is part of my job, which is gain audience for AITX, pretty much any reputable way that I can. And it's part of us setting the stage for growth, both with new customers and clients, new retail investors. It just creates this fundamental, this foundation baseline of audience as we work to create, to change these industries. So that's really the intent. It was recorded during COVID, so I don't love it, but it could be just a good first piece that goes out anyway. We're finalizing it, fine-tuning it, or the guys are fine-tuning it. I think I'm going to put it out tomorrow, Sunday, which is Sunday, August the 7th, whoever's watching this. It'll be on my personal YouTube channel, and it might be fun. Anyway, so that's the surprise. Wow, 15 minutes in, almost. Listen, I hope everybody has a wonderful day, wonderful weekend. Great to see you. Send me your comments. Chat with you soon. Thank you.